good joke? Anybody got a good joke?
Yeah, I know. They can.
We should pretend we're doing it today. Let's go to sports.
I know how to use spices. I saw this in your video and I was like, true. I can't argue with that.
There's 3 times. TV adds 40 pounds. Remember that. For real? I don't know. I'm making that up.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Oasis
Hello.
Live. If you could not tell by overhearing all of our chatter and giggles beforehand, we are having a good time. So I'm going to have everybody introduce themselves real quick before we get to our first couple games. The games that we've designed to make interactive so you can play along with us. But first, I'm going to start immediately to my right and work our way down.
Hello, I am Nathan.
Hi, I'm Emmy.
Hello, I'm Quintavious.
I'm Katie.
I'm Jordan.
You may not recognize Jordan if you're an Oasis peep.
You're a
Jordan
real
is-
one, you do, though.
That's true. If you're a
OG?
real Oasis peep, you recognize him. Jordan is our special guest today, so everybody give him a round of applause to this very, very, very large audience. I wish you could see what we're seeing right now. Imagine the sanctuary with no chairs and a bunch of coffee stains on the carpet, and that is what you got right now.
So
Who you
awkward.
cannot see, who is behind the scenes, we have Issa, who is going to be our Oasis Vanna White. If you're older than 22, you get that reference. Or 21, sorry. If you're older than 21, you get that reference. We have Lexi in the back on sound, and we have Jeremy in the sound booth, I should say, like really the live stream room running this for us. So that is our crew tonight. So we're going to play our first game. And this game is completely borrowed from Rhett and Link. We have watched their stuff through Oasis before. And actually, I'm just realizing before we get into our first game, I have announcements. So I should do that
Should probably
first.
do those.
So, if you watched last week with Katie and I, we advertised this one specific video thing that we're going to do. And what is it, Katie? Do you remember?
The memes.
Yes.
Corona memes.
Corona memes. We're going to do a Corona meme review. And since we have done our part in social distancing and staying at home, which we're not doing a super great job of right now,
6 feet, people. 6
Do
feet.
as we say.
you guys, by the way, you guys have done a fantastic job submitting these Corona memes. I've probably gotten about 30. So, and honestly, this is the last day that you can submit them. We're going to actually make a separate video. We're not going to review them live. We're going to make a different video to do so.
And what do you get if you submit a meme?
Oh, that's right. So if you submit a meme, if you win the meme review, clarifying, you get the first ever Oasis hoodie. So that is the prize at stake. So please feel free to continue to submit. It's 2 submissions per person. Some of you submitted more than 2, like Grace Carey, and I'm not going to accept your 3rd submission, just so you know. Anyways,
Grace.
a couple other announcements real quick. There is still the $100 challenge going on any of our YouTube videos on our YouTube channel, which if you don't know it, it is called Oasis. The link is in our Instagram page as well. And if you're on Facebook, in the description is also a link to that YouTube channel as well. If we get 100 likes or 100 subscribers, we're going to do another $100 challenge and give that money away. So keep that in mind. Keep getting your friends just to randomly like it and view it and subscribe. Another quick announcement as well. We would like to do some different challenges throughout the week. And since TikTok is a thing, how many of you guys have TikTok?
Dude, I love my TikTok.
I don't know how to work it.
Nah.
It is a clock.
Somebody help me.
Streets ain't safe, man.
It's the streets ain't safe.
Streets ain't
Oh,
safe.
man. It's true.
I just made a TikTok before
My
I got
favorite
here.
joke.
Oh, my goodness. Emily, are you on TikTok?
No.
Yeah. So, like, two of us are on TikTok then. But if you're on
Old to
TikTok.
have a TikTok.
No, that's
Say
what?
what?
I keep
Too
saying.
old to have a TikTok.
Yeah.
Is it a dating app?
You know, for some people,
No,
yes.
no, that's Tinder.
For some people, it is.
That's different.
Oh my goodness. The
don't know what's
man,
in there.
in this season of life, the
Somebody teach
corona,
you.
what it has done, it has made the DMs notifications go crazy in this time of life. Let us just be real. That is a phase of life that we are in right now. So that's my social commentary right now. Anyways, TikTok, if you have it and you know it, what we're going to do is we're actually going to do a challenge for a prize. The prize is a mystery prize. And if you know us, we don't give away crap. So I think you should take us seriously. But what the idea is we want you to submit a TikTok to us that you make that has to do with Corona in any way, shape, or form. It could be I'm bored at home because of Corona, or I am whatever it may be. That is a super general field. But we'd love for you to make one and put the hashtag Oasis in it and submit it to us for a TikTok review as well. Does that sound good?
Word.
All right, I'm going to stop talking, and we're going to play a game. So, right in Link, like I said earlier, what they have done is they have taken substances and put it through a water filter and have tried to see what comes out of the water filter in the process. So I have done that with 6 different liquids. And Issa is going to bring up 5 cups, and what's going to happen is our contestants, which is all 5 of these people right here, are going to taste this substance and try to guess what it originally was. And you are also going to try to guess what it is as well. You're going to be able to see the color of the substance. They're going to describe to you what it tastes like. So put in the comment section or text me or chat on YouTube, whatever it may be, what you think this first drink is. So everybody give virtually Issa a round of applause for bringing up
Hey.
the first set of drinks.
Why does he get the smallest amount?
Remember to chug it.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you. Oh, I know.
You guys, that smells like baby spit up.
Helen Hamlin says she's pausing High School Musical for you guys, so this better be good.
I love High School Musical. Wait,
Which one?
Helen, is it the first, the second, or the
Or the
third?
third?
First, second, or third, Helen, let
Because
us
the
know.
first one bangs.
They should have
All right,
stopped
guys.
after one.
Go ahead and take your drink.
This is what I think it is. I legit hate this drink.
Mommy.
Think about it. Describe the taste to us, a few of you. What does it taste like?
Tastes like
Very
melted.
sugary.
It tastes like if you like waved a fruit in front of like some water.
It's like a hint of a fruit.
It's a LaCroix.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, this boy tastes good.
It tastes like puddle water.
Puddle
Yeah,
water.
no, that's
Rain puddle water.
So go ahead and submit your guesses in the comment section or text me. But you guys,
It
grab a piece
smells
of
like
paper.
puke.
It smells like puke. Oh my gosh. Grab a
Yo.
piece of paper and a marker. Write down your answers secretly. Don't let anyone else see it. And then we'll have you turn it over in the next few seconds. Helen says that she's just finishing the first one and halfway through the second.
Love that first.
Of
one.
High School Musical.
Slaps, yo.
Alyssa thinks that it is apple juice. Stephanie Hale thinks that it's Coke.
Coke.
Oh, it's not Stephanie? Oh, never mind. A Hale thinks that it's Coke.
Hale.
One of the Hale girls.
Is it Issa?
It is Issa. Jackson Hale thinks that the orange substance is Dr. Pepper.
Are we reusing this paper? Does this
Yes,
need to be
reuse the
small?
paper.
Okay.
so we have to write small.
Do we have to write well?
No, you just have to turn it over and tell us what you wrote. In 5, 4,
Can't spell that fast.
3,
I can't spell at all, so this is tough.
2, 1. What'd you got? Starting with Nathan?
Oh.
Pineapple juice.
Pineapple juice. Emmy?
Like tropical sun. I think that's the name of it.
Q?
I put high C punch. Peach, not punch, but
Katie?
peach.
Orange juice.
Jordan?
Mango juice.
The correct answer is orange juice.
Because
So everybody,
orange juice smells like puke.
if you think orange juice smells like puke, please smash like, and we will get 1 like because it's ridiculous.
I
All
hate
right,
orange
so
juice.
if you guess orange juice in your head
first time ever.
or texting me or on the comment,
Maybe
Orange
you should put it through a
Fanta.
water filter.
Congratulations, you got it right.
Maybe
All right,
some water.
round 2. Issa, actually, I'm going to request you bring that one up last. That one is the special drink,
I'm scared.
It looks like antifreeze.
which when you were 8 was a way to just.
After that one.
Special drinks is bad in my
That's a
eyes.
special drink.
It
Don't bring
totally
that
looks
one
like
up.
antifreeze.
Oh my
I
goodness.
seen
like
movies
water.
with special drinks. It's not good, brother. It's not good.
All right.
Water?
This liquid
Hi,
is
Alex.
clear.
It don't smell nothing. Wait.
Go ahead and give it a taste and describe to us what you are tasting.
You ever had stale water? Yeah, this is what I'm tasting. Stale water.
Yeah.
If you are seeing the clear liquid on
Picture
your
in your
screen.
mind water.
And then add water.
And that's what it
All right.
tastes like.
Go ahead and write down your possible answers.
I don't have enough hands.
And go ahead and comment or text what you believe it is.
That's just who I am.
We have some people saying it's Sprite. We have some people saying it might be Kool-Aid.
Okay, whoever makes Kool-Aid like this needs to go to jail.
Denali says hi, by the way.
I just think it's.
I wish someone would make some Kool-Aid like that.
All right, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What do you think it is, Nathan?
I'm saying Sprite.
All right, Sprite. Emmy?
I think it's like LaCroix water.
All right.
Watered down Sprite.
Watered down Sprite.
I just said water.
Water.
I said Aquafina.
The correct answer
Ice
is
Mountain.
water. So, congratulations. It was just water through a water filter. That was the psych out round. So, right now, Katie currently has 2 points. You 3 have 0. Don't worry, you can catch up. And Jordan has 1. All right.
So good at this game.
I mean,
Next
I said-
round is coming up.
I said water.
It's just like high school.
I'm scared of this
Thank you.
It's red.
Oh, Grace said Kool-Aid for the last one. My apologies, Grace.
Grace, that's
I
not
know this is
Kool-Aid,
off the
Joe.
smell.
Ian, Issa says hi. No, Issa. Ian
Smells
says
like
hi.
toothpaste. It smells like toothpaste.
All right, this one is a darker substance.
I like dark.
It's sweet.
It is sweet.
It smells like toothpaste.
Oh man, this tastes like. Yep. Nope. Mm-mm.
I know exactly
I
what
don't
this
like
is.
it.
I'm going to crush it.
I know what it is.
I'm gonna get 1 point.
It tastes bad,
They're pretty confident.
but I know what it is.
I will say that I had to buy 4 water filters so that taste would not get combined.
It's got a weird
But
aftertaste.
this one was the unfortunate one out of the 6 drinks that did get combined.
Still
It
going.
got combined?
This one got combined.
Okay.
So if you get either one of the originals right,
Okay.
this one got combined on accident because I had to use the same water filter twice.
So water's the base. So do we get 2 points if we guess them both?
2 points?
You get 2 points if you guess them both. What you think? So I will give you the hint though that the dominant substance is a soda,
Okay.
but there is a hint of something else. In it.
One
I
of
know
them
the
not meant
soda.
to be drank.
That's my thoughts
No.
exactly.
You're fine.
Okay.
Jackson Hale thinks it's prune juice.
Prune juice is way better than this, yo.
Helen says, I swear if you gave them date juice like you gave me, I will unsubscribe. I didn't give you date juice, but if there is date juice, we need to get some. All right.
give date advice.
Yes, date advice. That's what we do. All right, Nathan, what do you think it is?
All right. I'm positive root beer is the first one, and I'm going to guess orange juice is
Okay.
the second one.
All right.
I think root beer is definitely the first one, and it kind of has that aftertaste of mouthwash.
That's why I said it's the other one's supposed to be drank.
All right.
All I'm saying is Emmy's cheating. She saw me write down mouthwash and root
No,
beer.
I
No,
didn't.
it's Katie.
She saw me cheat.
I said Coke and iced tea.
Okay.
I wrote root beer / Listerine.
All right. So it would be Emmy, Q, and Jordan. You are correct. It is root beer and mouthwash. That is the combination.
Woo.
She cheated though.
Root beer
No, I didn't.
or rut beer
down
if you're from
mouthwash.
Michigan.
But you
told me
said
it's
it could
minty
be drank,
things.
so you technically can't drink mouthwash.
Well, I just did.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Well, my
You'll
body
be
might
okay.
go into shock.
So if you got root beer, give yourself 1 point. If you got both, give yourself 2. So right now, I believe it is Jordan with 3, Katie with 2, Q with 2, Emmy with 2, and Nathan with 1.
Yeah, but I'm number one.
So it's 3, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1. Next round. Everybody make sure you give Issa a virtual round of applause with the clap symbol.
The crowd goes wild.
No, don't give me. Yeah, I knew what.
Oh, man.
Get the big. Now this looks like
This
Kool-Aid.
smells
Brendan.
weird.
If
What?
anyone can see this, this looks like blue Kool-Aid. Or
This
pink.
is
Remember we
clear.
were talking about puddle water?
It's like
Yeah, this looks like, this
cloudy.
is straight up looks like dirty
It
water.
looks like puddle water.
Oh, man. Someone doesn't know how to make juice.
I think it's sauerkraut.
It's that dirty
juice.
it's that dirty water. What'd you say?
Sauerkraut juice.
Sauerkraut juice? It's that dirty water from
man.
Russia. That's what it is.
Hey, we're just kidding. We love everybody. I don't want to boom.
Oh my goodness.
I think this might be Potterville water.
Yeah. Remind me to tell you a story about that. When I was in
Potterville
St.
water.
I feel like those are shots and
I did. I looked at someone's pond and I said, delish.
Is this a mixture or something?
No, this is one thing.
It's very
Put through a water filter.
wrong.
Very wrong.
taste
It
buds
just tastes wrong.
It's like soda water.
Go ahead and give us a write-down guess.
I know it.
It's like tart.
The color of this drink is dirty water. Imagine like a cloudy water, I should say.
I think I nailed it.
Oh, you're at, so we have 3 points, 2, 2, 2, and 1.
And one.
All right, Nathan, start us off. What do you think it is?
I think it's awful lemonade.
Awful lemonade.
I thought it was like Arnold Palmer.
I can't say that word right now. Arnold Palmer. Wow.
I think it was just lemonade. That
Lemonade.
was just bad.
That's just bad.
I also said lemonade.
Okay, now this is a swing. It's a swing, okay? I think it is Glacier Cherry Gatorade.
Glacier cherry. Wow.
So
It is. It's
specific.
just lemonade, guys. So, all right. Oh, 3, 3, 3, 2, 2. So this is the second to last round. Make sure, it's true. If you're joining for the first time, what we are doing is we're giving our volunteers substances that have been put through a water filter. When things are put through a water filter, they don't look and taste the same, and so they're trying to guess what it is. And we want you to look at it and also, via their description, guess what it looks like. Now, this one looks like pee.
Everybody
It
just
looks
look
like
at
someone
But like-
peed in a cup.
But like you didn't drink water all day and you were running
like
around.
very yellow pee, or you had too much vitamin C packets sort of pee.
You better stop doing what you're doing.
It's sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Like when I've
So-
run around at Impact Lansing all day and then
Yeah. Oh, man.
That is. It's like really sweet.
This one's really sweet, they're
Like
saying.
sickly sweet.
Sickly sweet.
Yeah, I don't like this.
I don't either. And think I know what it is.
Oh, my goodness. Make sure you comment your guesses and what you think it is.
I think it looks like antifreeze.
You feel like it looks like antifreeze. Oh, my goodness.
Definitely a unique color.
I had someone say Sprite cranberry for the last clear one. That stuff is amazing. I will say that.
Especially not like your blue marker anymore.
What's the difference? It's still
All right.
That's
Nathan,
purple.
what do you think it is?
I'm going with apple juice.
I'm
Apple juice.
Yeah.
Green Gatorade.
Green Gatorade.
I'm going with the Mountain of Dew.
The Mountain of Dew.
Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew.
I wrote down Mountain Dew. I wanted to write down Moon Mist, but
It is actually Mountain Dew. So we have our 3 people down here. That is Mountain Dew. I feel like Mountain Dew and the root beer were the ones that, to me, when I tasted them, were the most indistinguishable from the original. But I think you guys all got tripped up on the, what was it, the orange juice one? That was the one
I
you.
got the orange juice.
Yeah, you did,
Katie
but
got the orange
no one else did except her. So this is our final round. This is our special round. This is the
5 points.
This is worth a certificate to a restaurant that is no longer open. So
Don't give me too much.
But it's only good tonight.
I know exactly what this is.
what did you do to us?
this drink is like neon green.
Oh, I know what this is.
No, it's like teal.
Yo, my eyes is.
So I'm just gonna
It
tell you right now,
smells like
don't take a
mouthwash.
huge gulp of this.
Is my eyes supposed to twitch like that when I sniff it?
This has.
I can't remember my
You
name.
have to tell me, does this have 1 or 2 substances in it?
Oh my
And if it has 1 substance, what is that 1
My
substance?
tongue is burning.
And if it has 2, what is the second one? And this one will be for 3 points. If you get it correctly.
So it's mixed.
It could be.
Do we have to be specific of like a brand?
No, it does not have to be a brand, just the general what it is. Katie was not a fan of that drink.
That was terrible. And
I
it's still
have
burning.
palate cleansing Arizona tea for you for a drink afterwards because I know
Guys,
that
don't
one was
drink
rough.
it. That's. Oh my god.
So this
Oh, man,
one,
I
These
made
are
that
my-
mistake.
We have people
not
saying it's
thinking that
medicine.
It was what it was.
we have people saying it's mouthwash. We have people saying on the other one, mouthwash or NyQuil. Man, what if I made you guys drink NyQuil? That would have been amazing. That's what
I wish.
I am
drive
doing that
now.
next time. Who wrote that?
How did Charlie
Oh,
get
yeah.
fired? Number 6.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Lexi commented that. Can you imagine
That's-
me
that
giving them
is funny.
filtered NyQuil?
Ew. Actually, NyQuil would have been better than that.
Probably. So it's either one or two substances, and you have to name either one of those if you think it is two. I think next time we play this game, I think I'll just do all combo rounds. So it'll be two substances combined and filtered.
My mouth is still burning.
Man.
So bad.
All right, starting with right now, it's 4-4-4, 3-2. Correct?
Yes.
All right.
Or I have 11.
Or no, I have 2. Never mind.
I have 11.
Oh, you have two? Oh, you have 11? Oh, okay. All right. Nathan, what do you think it was?
All right, it's definitely mouthwash, and I guess the second item is being Sprite.
Okay.
I think it's like pure, like super minty mouthwash.
Okay.
I put mouthwash and water.
Is there 2? Did
I said there
miss that
could
part?
be. I said it depends on if you want to guess for that or not.
Oh.
Oh no.
I need the points.
I definitely said that there's mouthwash, and if there is a second, then it's Baja Blast.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Because of
That's
the
good.
color. That would be hard to acquire. I said just mouthwash.
All right. So in this one, it is just straight mouthwash. So Jordan and M, it is straight mouthwash. I put that through a filter, and it came out just the same. Like, it literally is no different.
I
So,
think it tastes worse.
Everybody
Like,
give
it's
our
more
guest
alcoholic.
Jordan a round of applause for winning the game today. Winning the first game.
I was
Thank you.
close.
Thank you.
And he's
So just so you know, kids, don't drink straight mouthwash. They took slight sips.
All I
which-
did was dip my tongue in it.
Yeah, or in Katie's case.
I feel like that's going to keep the corona away from us.
Oh,
Yes.
for sure.
Yeah.
Fun fact: mouthwash cures corona. Just you know.
Is this an FDA drug trial?
Now my mouth is minty fresh.
Congratulations. You've been part
Oh,
of the
it's
drug
like when
trial.
you brush your teeth and then drink something else.
Anybody else need anything? We have Issa giving them palate cleansing Arizona tea because
Doesn't cleanse anything.
when I put the tea through the water filter, it literally did nothing. It just came out straight as it was. So I was
Came
like,
out as Oregon tea instead
yes.
of
Or,
Arizona.
Oh man.
That was
It changed
terrible.
oh my
states.
gosh.
Just got done brushing my teeth.
Oh my goodness. So we're gonna play a second game. This game is a combination of Name That Tune and a game we played in I think Bear Lake. Correct. The gargling
Yes.
game.
Bear Lake.
So fun fact: we can't play music that's not our own on Facebook Live because they have algorithms up that will detect music that's copyrighted. And so what they'll do is they'll just mute our not necessarily our live stream, but our video afterwards, and they also might give us, we might flag us too much, and we don't want to get in trouble. So what they decided to do instead is I'm going to pick a song, I'm going to sing it to them, but I'm going to sing it through having water in my mouth, so it's going to be gargled. I'm going to try to sing it to you guys as well. We'll see how this goes.
There are no winners in this game. Charlie is just a loser.
Except for
And I'm
Grace,
right next to
because she
Charlie.
totally
So what's gonna happen is
killed this game at camp.
Yeah,
Grace killed this.
that's true. Grace Carey did a great job.
And Grace Freed.
Jackson thinks you're
Both
hilarious,
Grace.
Nathan, by
I
the
got
way.
you, both Graces.
Thank
So-
you, Jackson.
If you
tell my
want new
wife?
pieces of paper for this round, because you're going to guess the tune and write.
Just yelling out. We're all
Nope,
good?
you're
Okay.
going to write down what you think it is.
Dude, with this spelling stuff, I can't spell.
I guess I need a marker back.
Yeah, I got rid
And at home,
Okay.
Oh, thanks.
I should have. Someone said I should have
Okay,
mixed
thank you.
one with perfume. Ooh, that would have been great. Perfume. What's a perfume brand? I don't even know.
Oh.
Maybe.
Can I,
I can do it.
Well, isn't Issa the Vanna White? I mean,
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
look,
All right.
so my life is less than Issa's? You
Let's.
have everything to live for. Give the old guy the job.
Oh, it was Avery that said it was hilarious, especially with the Oregon tea one. And Stephanie said that one. That was Stephanie. All right, I got it. Very good. All right, let's try this with the first one. First song.
excited.
Drowning?
You just sounded like you were drowning.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
It's definitely
drowning
Britney
song.
Spears.
Seriously, you got that?
Oh yeah.
Again, please.
I don't even know what
Less water. Less water.
Oh, I got it.
Oh, I don't know the name of it.
That's Charlie's. Got, you know.
All right, you have 6 seconds. Make sure you comment what you think that was, if you can even
It was flawless.
remotely tell.
It was
I don't
flawless.
know the words. What are the words? I know the tune.
Emma Shover says less water. I did less water the second time, so hopefully that helps.
It did. It did actually.
All right, you guys ready? All right, I'll start with Jordan since he was so sure. You
Well-
sound like a dying chimpanzee, is what someone said.
We all just got Rick rolled because you just sang "Never Gonna Give You Up" by Rick Astley.
Katie?
I didn't know the name of it, but I know that song. So that's
Cute.
what I was thinking.
I just
All
put
right.
your favorite song, but I didn't know the name of it.
Oh my gosh, Emmy.
I just guessed Twinkle Twinkle Little Star to throw out a guess, but I highly doubt that.
It's clearly the Star Spangled Banner.
It's clearly not. So it is Never Gonna Give You Up. So you 3 got it correctly. Because it is my
know the
favorite
name
song.
of it.
But
She
yes.
gets a point for that song that I know.
So I could
Yeah.
have guessed
Wait, what song
nothing
was
and got
singing
it
it?
right.
That's a
So
half a point.
Jackson Hale
Oh, no.
and Lauren got it right. Oh, I'm sorry, Emma. I'm sorry, it's not Emma Shover, it's Emma Shover.
It's Shover. Get it
I
right.
apologize.
Just like it's Kira, not whatever you say.
Kesha.
She said, "Oh my gosh, you got my last name wrong." You're right,
Don't
I
hate
did.
me.
Oh goodness. All right, you guys ready for round 2?
Yeah.
All right.
Please let it be Michael Jackson.
I have to think of songs. I feel like that's.
Be prepared, bro.
I was prepared, but I was prepared for songs I was going to listen to and not have to sing. Let me
Something from the 90s.
look at my list.
Yeah, actually.
Or do something.
Oh, I got it. Oh, this is perfect.
Do some Drizzy Drake.
This is perfect.
I don't know those.
Oh my goodness.
You need less water.
I'm less
water.
certain on this
In a
one.
splash zone here.
Lexi
what I
says
got.
she knows it. I'll do round 3 for you guys as you write
I
down.
can't even understand.
Do it with no water. I might have a chance.
Oh, so don't talk while I'm doing it? All right. All right. So I'm going to do it one more time for you.
Okay. Shh.
It's literally running down my nose. That's all you get. But people in the comment section have got it right already, so you guys have to.
Tell us.
Don't stop. Get away, Nathan.
Someone text me.
Get
Oh my goodness. All right, starting with Nathan, who already wrote down.
Someone text me the
I just
answer.
wrote down, because it worked for Katie, his second favorite
my
song.
That's a good idea.
I don't know the name of it, was the reasoning.
Oh my word.
I sang it. I just didn't know the name.
Oh, so did I. I thought it.
Sing it.
I'm thinking it right now.
All right, Emmy, what do you think?
I had no clue. I didn't even know what to put.
Oh my gosh.
So it's a boring
Cute.
answer.
Hotline bling.
That's great.
What?
Katie.
I have nothing. I don't know. You sounded like you were dying.
Jordan?
Obviously, that was "For Elise" by Beethoven.
No, literally everybody in the comments, I've seen it 5 times. Call me maybe. Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy.
Whoa.
Oh,
So everyone that knew
yeah.
that song
Everybody
was
else
a little
got
bit
it.
crazy.
Sounded like
I
My
thought it was
goodness.
Everyone that knew that
Oh
song
my
was
goodness.
crazy, huh?
Drowned to the finish. Oh my word. That was amazing.
So I got it right?
Yeah, you did not get it right.
That's the second favorite
I think
song.
All right, I got another one for you guys. You ready? Comment in the comment section how awkward this is to watch. Like, I just have to know. This has to be a very, very interesting
Out
experience
of
for you.
1 to 10, 11.
It was Call Me Maybe. So good job to Emma, Tammy, Denali, Colin. I'm sorry. I'm reading as best as I can.
Kira.
Alyssa. Tammy commented it. I'm not
Shout out
crazy.
Denali. Shout out UConn.
And Alyssa. 5 of them got it right. All right. Here's the next one.
Oh, okay.
Hey, they're getting it and you guys aren't. You're
Yo,
right
that's
here,
my
so
hit,
I don't
yo.
even feel bad.
Maybe it sounds better when it's not like right in front
Yeah,
of you.
maybe.
When it's over the
Maybe you need to look
computer.
away from me because I'm just distracting
Let
you.
us go in the hall. And you try to
Definitely this song. That's mine.
I will do it again.
Less water.
less water.
Alyssa and Ian said this is very, very awkward. And then Emma says this is hilarious.
Thanks.
Grace says that it's 11 out of 10, out of 1 out of 10 awkward.
Yeah, you got it.
Denali says very, and then Denali says, yes, Jordan. I don't know what to you, but just
Don't know
yes
what
to
you
Jordan.
Yes.
She knows what I said.
Helen says, my dog is confused and looking at me like I'm stupid, and my brother is judging hard right now. All right, let's sing. I'll sing that one more time to you.
Yeah, I agree.
I couldn't make out any of that.
I heard.
Let's just write third favorite song.
Third favorite song.
Star
Oh my
Wars.
goodness. Star Wars. They don't. I don't think they have words.
Legit, what I'm writing down.
Duel of the Fates has words.
That's true. That's true. So far, no one's guessing this song correctly, so maybe I am just.
I
doing
think I
wrong.
got it.
You think you got it? All right, we'll just go with it then.
Okay, you're the only one guessing. So.
Well, we have a few guesses coming in, but none of them are right yet.
I think I
Come
nailed
on,
it.
Gabe, you can get it right.
Yeah, I don't think so. But so this might be. So we're gonna start with Jordan. He feels more secure. What do you think? Oh, okay. What do you got?
It was definitely Bohemian Rhapsody.
Definitely Bohemian Rhapsody. Katie.
Star Wars.
Okay. Cute.
Dude, it was Happy Birthday.
Okay. Emmy.
No?
I have no clue. I'm sorry.
Nathan.
I just wrote Van Halen.
Nathan. It's. I've got a feeling tonight's gonna be a good night.
Well, I was.
Either you need to practice your singing or.
I honestly don't feel bad considering that 2 out of 3 of these have been very clear to everybody else but you guys so far. So.
It's us.
All right, we'll do
not
one
him.
last song because I feel like the more we do this, the more I'm going to be damp and it's going to feel weird the rest of the time. So,
Perfect.
sound great. How many other trigger words can we say that just sound weird when you say them out loud?
Moist.
Moist.
Secrete.
Secrete.
That's a good
You
one.
have to see
Secrete.
Charlie's computer is wet.
Yeah, there's water all
To
over
be
my
fair, he
technology.
did spit on it.
And
Super.
And that's Lexi's computer.
It is
Yeah.
Lexi's
Yeah.
computer.
Next week,
Oh, goodness.
don't anyone get the blue microphone because that's got spit all over it.
All right.
We're not distancing very
We're
well.
going to do the last song for you guys. This is going to be amazing.
drink.
Oh, I hate this game.
Got it.
Oh, I know it.
That one might have been easier.
What's the name of it? I just know the lyrics.
Oh, I saw that. Grace, you're just bad. So,
I don't know. I
Come
don't
at
know
me.
the tune. I just don't know the name.
Alyssa says other trigger words are moist and crusty.
Yo, that dog got some crusty feet, yo.
Oh.
You gotta do it again.
Do I have to do it again?
Do it again.
Okay. Make sure that we make sure you guys guess what you think it is. Oh, we got a few guesses came in and they're right. So. Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Wow. You literally just sang the song out loud. Good
Now
job.
they got
Anyways,
it.
Jordan, what'd you guess?
Old Lang Syne.
Yep, correct. Yep, that is correct. Katie, what'd you guess?
We will rock you. that
Q,
what
what'd you
it's
guess?
What she said, but I don't know the name of it. So
Emmy.
I just said Jesus loves me to throw out a guess, even though I know it's wrong.
Nathan.
Now, my first guess was the Titanic theme song
That's
by
what I said the
Celine
first time.
Dion. But then
Oh.
when he did it again, it was clearly We Will Rock.
Yeah, it is We Will Rock You by Queen. Give these volunteers a virtual round of applause for going through probably the two of the not only the most awkward games to observe from a distance, but to participate in.
We swallowed mouthwash.
Yes,
That
you
was
did.
horrible.
My breath is the
Charlie's
best
trying to
it's been in
poison
years.
And I tried to kill
And it
him.
will be all week.
I look like I'm sweating like I'm working out right now.
Burp later and not have to brush my teeth tonight.
That's very true. Or tomorrow.
Oh
nah, y'all better brush your teeth.
Will we
tomorrow.
ever taste again is the real question.
Oh man. Yeah, they're giving you rounds of applause and laughter emojis.
As long as
so
I could taste some chicken.
Congratulations, guys. So, before we kind of move into this might feel more like a normal Oasis with having the games and the ridiculous banter that always ends up with saying something ridiculous that you wish you'd never said. But before we move on to the more serious part, I think it'd be good just to quick remind people of the announcements again. So, Katie, we talked about one last week when it came to submitting pictures for what?
Corona memes.
Correct. So we're going to do a Corona meme review, which will be a separate video. This is your last day that you can submit them. You can submit to either our numbers, our Facebook page, whatever. Any way you can get a hold of us, our Instagram. You can only submit 2. You cannot submit 3 because we will not take your third one. You guys have done a great job of submitting them. We've had over 30 come in. And I cannot promise we'll be able to get to all of them or be able to do all of them. But we would love to have as many as possible, make that as fun as possible. Another challenge that we're doing is if you're on TikTok, which only 2 of us in this room are on TikTok, because we're both under 18, so that's why we're able to do it.
And sinners.
Yeah, and sinners. And sinners. Man, I'm on TikTok because of Vine. Like, who loved Vine back in the day?
I love Vine.
Yeah.
I just watched like a YouTube compilation of a bunch of Vine stuff this morning.
Yeah, like Vine was awesome, and
So
I'm just
many
trying to
great
I'm just trying to
quotes.
relive the Vine through TikTok. Is all I'm trying to do. Anyways,
You gotta
we're-
let it die,
what's Vine?
Charlie. You gotta let it die.
In the jungle, you grab onto it and you swing.
Yes. Hey, Nathan's here. Like, what's the internet? Sorry.
Intranet.
Yeah.
He thinks the 5 of us are just hanging out. He
Yeah.
doesn't understand this.
Anything's explained.
Oh man. Anyways, TikTok. What we're doing is we're doing a challenge where you can submit any TikTok that has to do with with Corona or this time of kind of random break you've had from it. So if it's being bored at home, if it's what you're doing in your free time, it's all the books you've read. I mean, make a TikTok that's humorous and put the hashtag Oasis into it. Submit it to us. Instagram, either our phone numbers. You have a good portion of ours. If you don't, comment and we'll get that to you. You can message it to us on Facebook or whatever. So, also, just so you know, there's a third announcement. I was on my phone, but my phone was in the splash zone earlier, so I had to move it. Oh, goodness. Also, if we ever get 100 likes or 100 subscribers on our YouTube channel, which some of you are on right now, and the link to that is in our Instagram bio and in the bio to this video, we will do another $100 giveaway challenge. So we'll give away $100 for something else. But to be able to activate that challenge, you guys have to get 100 likes or 100 subscribers on our YouTube page, which honestly, like, you share it with 2 or 3 friends. If you share it with 5 friends and 20 of you did that, you've got 100 likes. Like, it's just that easy, and you could give away another $100, and you're just sitting at home doing nothing right now anyways. So get it done. That'd be awesome, just so we can have some momentum and keep enjoying this time. So, and also I think just so it wasn't said in the beginning, this is probably going to be the format we're going to do Oasis for a little bit. This is not just this week and last week. This will probably be the next couple weeks, guaranteed. I think it'd be good to kind of be prepared for this. Could go a little longer than that, too. And so if you have any ideas or anything you'd like us to do, the Guess Your Tune game came straight from you guys, your guys' idea last week. And so continue submitting those things because it's super, super helpful. And honestly, like, as awkward as this can be and as fun as this can be, we want to make it more fun and better for you guys. So just let us know.
So basically, think of more awkward things to make Charlie do, like shave
That's
his
true.
head, wax your
How
legs.
can we?
People are asking, can I submit
do that.
TikToks I've already made? Yes, you can submit TikToks you've already made. And can you submit as many as you want? Yes, I'm kind of scared. Someone asked, Charlie, do you have any idea when Montana will be rescheduled for? I know the conversation right there, right now for Montana. If you're not aware, I'm pretty sure you all are at this point. Montana got postponed a month because of the coronavirus.
Stupid
So I think
corona.
July is a good expectation of when that would be. But we don't know
Maybe.
dates. Maybe.
Maybe.
Again, this is all maybe. You don't right now. This season of life is very much we hope and we might. And so that's kind of where we're at right now. And we don't decide that. The camp that we are going to is going to decide what is best for them and what they're going to do camp-wise. So we kind of have to rest on their authority, which makes sense. So, answer to your question. Yes, the tear emojis, I agree with you as well. It's been
no
Sad.
cat.
definitely been a lot of loss in this aspect of the corona time, a lot of things that we would normally do. But segue into what I think is an interesting question, and I hope you find equally as interesting as well, is the idea of kind of like what do you wish you had not done in life, and what are you glad you have done? Because I think a lot of that stuff usually takes place in our adolescent years, or in the years right after we're done being teenagers and in college is usually a huge zone of that when that takes place. And that's not true for everybody, obviously. But a lot of the stories you hear, that kind of parameter is what you hear a lot of them in. And not that they have to be in that time frame, because I think there's also good things to know coming ahead. I wish I had not done this, or I'm really glad I'd done this. And so I'd like to hear from all of you first, and interact with us in the comments as well, what you guys think and what you're listening to. Hear from you guys. What do you wish you had done differently? Like, what was one thing that had happened, or one thing you wish you had done in life previously? And instead of starting with Nathan this time, we'll start at the other end and work our way down. So we'll start with our guest, Jordan, and put him on the spot, because he's a youth pastor.
Great.
And he can handle all the pressure we
That's
give
right.
him. So,
You got this.
This is I wish I had not done.
correct.
Okay, so as I was thinking about this question and kind of just going over it in my head, I think my years as a student, whether that's middle school, high school, even college, I spent so much time listening and reacting to what people said about me. And I really wish that I had just been comfortable being who I was and not trying to like compare myself to the person in the room when I walked in. Or I wish I had just been comfortable being me and letting that be okay, instead of always trying to compare myself and stack myself up to the people I was around or to what was cool at the time. Or it's not a healthy place to live. And I spent a lot of time, and that stuff's hard to shake too. So even today I can catch myself doing it. So I wish that back then I had just realized you don't have to listen to what the world says is cool or this or that. Like, I went to church my whole life. I know that God loves me just the way I am. I don't have to stack myself up to anybody else. So I wish I hadn't spent so much time worried about what other people thought about me, when I knew that God loved me exactly how I was and I didn't have to try and be anything else.
Have the rest of you guys been there as well? Feeling like you walked into a place and you felt like you were comparing yourself to others? Yeah. Yeah.
College.
I feel like that's something that you can universally also comment on as well. I think that's something that we all know, that shared experience, and definitely know what that feels like. So Katie.
When you had asked this, two things immediately came to my mind, and they're kind of tied for first, is I wish I had been a nicer person in high school, because
Yeah.
I was not a nice person in high school. And I wish I had not given up on a dream to go to college. Like, I just went straight into working. I took classes, and I just worked right after high school. I didn't go to college, and I just have always felt like I kind of either missed out on things or just gave up on that education, and I didn't take it as seriously, and I've always kind of regretted that I didn't do that. So, yeah.
And what do you think, like, afterwards? Like, what made you regret that specifically afterwards? Because obviously that's like a step that not everybody has to take. But like, what
Right.
for you made that something that you regretted?
I think it was just the feeling for me of that I was credible. Like, I didn't feel like I knew what I was doing. And a lot of these other people had done and had experiences and gone off to college and a lot of your friends are made after high school and college, and you get to have all these other life experiences that are probably good for you. And I just didn't feel, even though what I had done, I knew my stuff on, and I just didn't feel like I fully got my education. Like I didn't feel smart, basically.
Yeah.
So.
I appreciate you sharing. Has anyone else kind of been in that boat as well? You don't have to. But I've heard that story before as well. Like, it's not something that's unusual, and I'm sure a lot of people who are listening can kind of been in that similar experience where you're feeling either not credible or feeling like you used the word not smart. Jordan, you said you want something to share?
Well, I was just going to say, I can relate to the being nicer thing, too, because I think
Oh, yeah.
I spend a lot of time trying to think of the funniest way I can make fun of somebody, and sometimes you just don't have to do that.
That was just mean. Like, I just, now I would have told myself, like, just be nice. Like, think before you open your mouth, before you say something about somebody else. Like, just be kind. High school's hard.
Sorry, yeah. Q.
Hashtag.
Hashtag high school's hard.
I know what a hashtag is.
Good job.
Hey, yeah, we're very proud of you. Sorry. I was reading a comment when you said
Gold
that, so I didn't
star.
respond right away. Yeah, I appreciate it.
Aw.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have liked me back then, but thank you, Grace.
Oh my goodness. Q, would love to hear from you.
So I kind of read the question wrong.
No, you're good. It was open. Like when I said this to you, it was very open on purpose because I wanted to see kind of what it produced. So.
Well, I think for me, I think I wouldn't be so goofy. Like that's one thing I wish, because like people can't take me serious when I try to be serious. So everyone thinks I'm joking. So like I think like I probably wish I wasn't so goofy or like a class clown, people would say. So
Yeah. I mean, I know that's why. I mean, there's a lot of reasons why we love interacting with you. You bring a lot of life to a lot of people. Yeah. But I also understand the stigma of not wanting to be one thing, you know? For sure. Emmy.
Well, two things immediately came to my mind when you had asked that question. I think number one is I wish that instead of trying to dye my hair black and get a pixie cut myself, I should have gone to a hairdresser.
Oh, man.
That was just a bad time.
Definitely smash like or comment if you've had a hair mishap before. I feel like we've had those
Oh,
moments.
yeah, mine turned green. Like, legit.
Yeah. Is your hair mishap still happening?
My hair mishap, it fell out.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. I totally interrupted you. Emmy, please
Oh, no,
continue.
you're fine. But on a more serious note, I wish the only thing I truly regret is I wish that I had spent less time, like, worrying in my youth and stuff and just letting, like, anxiety, bring my brain down, like, a spiral and make me have a negative attitude, because that took away from a lot of, like, experiences and fun and, like, even, like, vacations and things that should have been really fun for me. I would worry about things that were both, like, in my control and out of my control, and it would just make me feel, like, really tired, and there wasn't really, like, a point to it, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we've all been there on some level. I mean, the things we worry about are different for each person a little bit, but that feeling of getting consumed by something, for sure, I could think of moments.
Can't relate. Literally never been worried about
Yeah.
anything my whole life.
Never been worried in my life. I think one of those things that a lot of people sometimes worry about, not necessarily when you're a teenager, but like in this stage of life, is money. Like I think that's something that comes up all the time.
I'm broke.
And not to like put this like on you guys when you grow up, like welcome to the worry for money. But like it's just something that typically happens. And one of my friends in college, I think the phrase he said to me, I'm sure he borrowed it from someone else. He said that we don't serve a poor king. And that's always kind of circulated into my head. Like the king being Jesus, obviously, just clarifying. But we don't serve a king that is somehow poor in like, oh, there's just not enough to give you. That there's a surplus. And that's something that's always been in my head. And that's just kind of my commentary. That's all I'm going to say on it. So, Nathan.
So I'm a bit older. How much older? I will not say, but
You've seen dinosaurs.
when I was the student's age, Apple products were things like apple juice and apple cider and apple sauce.
But those things are
That's
delicious.
how old I am. So,
It was when Apple products were delicious. Is that what you said? Yeah.
So mine's a little bit heavier than, just because I have a long list. So I kind of went through it, but this one stuck with me. So in November of 2016, my mom died, and that was a culmination of like a year of health problems. And, you know, it became something that leading up to her death, she had, you know, spent a year or 9 months of the year kind of getting back and rehabbing and getting home. And she had gotten home in September, and she passed away in November. So it was one of those situations where I had kind of stepped in and taken over bills and things for my dad because he has dementia and he had a lot of things going on. Anyway, when she got home, she kind of wanted to take back over and kind of be in control, and she kind of got in a habit of spending money they didn't really have. So the last few weeks of her life, I didn't know that at the time, but we'd kind of been arguing and tussling and, you know, going back and forth about that. And then she died, and it was just after Thanksgiving, and it was very sudden. She died of a heart attack.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so when she passed away, immediately afterwards, I'm just like, you know, that argument, that constant battle, it just didn't really matter. And I was the last one to talk to her. I talked to her on the phone that day, and the last thing I told her was I loved her. Just came out somewhat of a habit. So it was a bit, you know, sudden, not unexpected, but it was a bit traumatic. And to this day, it bothers me just because the argument, you know, for a couple weeks leading up to it just didn't really matter in the end.
Yeah.
So.
I think that is a super relevant conversation right now, just because, I mean, not only is that a scenario like being in tension with people, but like right now, like where everybody's at right now, being at home with family, and like everything right now. I mean, I can just guess, and we already know from talking to some of you, like being at home for a week with all your siblings and your parents is not a fun experience, and just the tension that can build from there.
Mm-hmm.
And it feels like when you're in the middle of it, like it's everything.
Right.
You know.
Right. Yeah.
And your story is talking about just, I mean, the perspective you have afterwards of what really matters in that space.
Yeah.
I appreciate you sharing that too, because that has to be super hard.
Yeah. That
So-
was a tough time.
Yeah. Jordan, what were you going to say? All right. Yeah. All right. So I know like that whole series, actually the question I wish I had done differently is not like necessarily a positive question, and it's not meant to be, and I didn't want to gloss over that, because the reality is we want to be a positive, uplifting for sure, but we also want to be real about like there are choices that we make that we don't want to see other people have to make. And that's why we kind of went through this period. So now we want to end it with a more positive note, which is the phrase, I am glad I have done what? So kind of starting back with Jordan, working our way down, like what are you really glad that you did do? Like what are you super thankful for that did happen, or you think was a very key, pivotal part of your life and who you are today, or whatever that may be. But I'm glad I did what?
For sure. We'll stay heavy for a minute, but we'll get lighter, okay? My time of being, I identify with, you know, being in middle school and then being in high school. That was like a really formative time for me. And during that time, my parents were arguing all the time and fighting and yelling, and there'd be nights late where you could hear mom and dad yelling at each other, and it was not super great. But I remember I got into youth group at my church, and I started going to youth group, and that was my safe place. That was where I connected with people, and that's where I wanted to be, and that is where God just used the hardships I was going through at home to grow me closer to Him. And I think a lot of times when you go through really hard stuff, the world tells you to turn other places. Maybe you just bury yourself in your bed and you watch Netflix and you don't deal with it. Or maybe, you know, drugs are a real thing, drinking. Like maybe that's a way to forget about what's going on. And instead of those things, for whatever reason, God had his hand on me, and He drew me into youth group and drew me into church. And I was just like, through middle school and through high school and through my parents' divorce, like being able to have a group of people that loved me and supported me and that pointed me towards Jesus made all the difference in my life. I mean, I'm a youth pastor now, so I guess I never really left youth group. Like, that's what I like to tell people. But
awesome.
I'm so glad I invested in youth group. And I tell kids now, like, you only get out of something what you're going to invest into it. So if you want to get really great relationships out of youth group, if you want to have a relationship with your youth pastor that, you know, helps you as you move forward, you got to invest time into it. And that's what I did. And I'm really glad that I did that, because it changed my life. So
Yeah, absolutely. And I just want to take a second to shout out to those that are commenting, and that we do notice you, by the way, Lauren. I appreciate your sharing earlier when you said you wish you had come out of your shell earlier. I'm sure a lot of us can understand and have resonate with
sure.
that. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And I just appreciate you guys who are interacting right now. And I know a lot of you guys in small groups through when Oasis was meeting in person have shared similar things like this. So I just want to shout out to you and appreciate that. But going back to Jordan and what you said, sorry, I had to quick deviate and come back, about the relationship with Jesus Christ that you invested in. Just a curious, like, practical follow-up. Like, what is one thing that you wish, not wish, but what's one thing you did in that pursuit of your relationship with Jesus that you did that you think would be really easy for somebody to pick up, like somebody who's watching right now?
I think it's about the priorities, right? You have to make it a priority to get up in the morning and spend time in the Word. You have to make it a priority to be at youth group. Like, I remember I was kind of the kid at my high school that went to church, and so like all my choir people knew that I was gonna be late to rehearsal because I had youth group to go to, and that was just very clearly a priority in my life that I was gonna be there. And it's, maybe you get singled out, but I think that teachers are more than willing to work with you on stuff like that too. So it's just kind of about setting up priorities and chasing after that.
Yeah, for sure. I completely agree. So coming down to Katie, what are you glad that you did or have done or are doing?
Mine is kind of recently, actually, within the past 5 years. I don't think it's a secret, but I love my job. If you don't know, I work here for this church. And I am so glad that I listened to kind of what I think God wanted me to do, is what it led to my passion. I was offered this job 3 times. They approached me and asked me if I would apply or I would do this, and I said no. And I'm just glad they didn't listen. So thanks to Issa's dad, who didn't listen to me. But yeah, I'm just glad that I listened to that, because I was super against that. Like I said, I worked, and so I worked in daycares and taught preschool, and I just wanted to be a mom. And at the time I had an 8-month-old, and the thought of working was no, I want to be a mom. And that was the best decision of listening after praying a lot and realizing that I needed to do this. So
Yeah. I think I've had similar situations where people are telling me this is really something you should do, and you're resistant to it, but it really is the best thing for you. Have you guys been there in those situations before?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
what,
for sure.
what's a short of what that was? If that's kind of super on the spot, but not a 2-minute story. But what was that? What were the things for you that people kind of you should do this, and it helped you make that decision? Well, you all said yeah, so I know you're thinking of something.
I forgot. No.
I forgot.
I remember when I was in high school, my freshman year, I got peer pressured into going on a mission trip to Mexico that I really didn't want to go to, and God used that to really rock my world. So I feel like when I hear you saying is there's a lot of times that we don't want to do things,
Right.
but God is no, you should definitely do this.
Right.
And so when you finally just decide to do that, it's crazy how He can show you that. And I think that He gives you a peace too when you come.
Yeah.
It's even though you don't want to, that
Right.
it's
that's
the right thing.
exactly it. Yeah. Because even my husband, he was like, I think you need to do this. And I was like, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. That's the same way I ended up here, as I wasn't going to go back into youth ministry. I was going to do resident director stuff, and then my mentor was like, no. So here I am.
And look at all of this.
Long story short. Q, what were you going to say?
All of this.
Yeah, all of this empty room.
There's 22,000 students online.
22,000.
Oh man, that's a lot.
22,000. Wow, we grew.
When I was in high school, my friends were like, "You should do this the talent show," but it wasn't really little. It was a very big thing in Ann Arbor. So I went home and I was like, "Mom, should I do it?" She was like, "You might as well." I said, "All right, Mama, you're right." So I did it, and I was in the finals for being the only dancer by itself, and
That's
everyone
awesome.
had groups and everything, and that was the best feeling in the world, and
For sure.
nerve-wracking.
That's cool.
We definitely shortcut ourselves a lot of what we can do. So yeah, that's
For
awesome.
sure.
So Q, question to you. What are you glad you have done?
Man, there's a lot that I'm glad for. So the big 2 things is growing up, learning how to do my own thing, my own faith, because I always lived off of my mom's faith, because I'm a mama's boy. So whenever my mom went to church, I was like, yeah, let's go. And then when I had a chance to go to college, I didn't really want to go to church because like I wanted to see if I could do the whole Christian thing without going to church, and it was kind of hard at times. And then other times, like hanging out with people at the school I went to, made it kind of easy. And so yeah, and then this church is pretty cool. I didn't think I was actually gonna come here until I finally hit up Chase after
A
like
year later.
A
year later.
yeah, a year later, and I was going through a little tough time, and this church actually felt like home when I first got here. So it's pretty cool when I, come here and see everybody's face light up and everything. And then graduating college. Graduating college was the biggest thing I've ever thought I could do. So it took me long enough, but I did it. So
Good job.
pretty cool.
Those are both awesome. No, for real. That's really cool. And I appreciate what you said about River's Edge and then like graduating too. It's just a good feeling.
Yeah, it really
Yes,
is.
it is.
But now you got to pay bills, so it's not
Yeah.
that cool anymore.
And then, well, we won't talk about this. Is the positive section. Real quick, Lauren very much agrees with the Katie thing that you shared, by the way. And Grace says, go Q with, it is a celebration emoji. So she is celebrating with you.
Cool, yo.
So, yeah, absolutely. Appreciate you guys interacting. All right, Emmy.
I have two quick little things. I'm glad that I got plugged into a good church where I had a lot of good people where I was friends with, and now that I'm at River's Edge, it's the same way. Because being plugged into a church, especially when you're younger and the younger you are, it's so vital to your faith because a lot of times your faith is still really young. So that's a big thing because to me, church is essential for my relationship with God because I feel like I'm not the type of person who can just be a Christian on my own. Having a community is so vital. And the other thing I had was I'm glad I started using meditation to meditate on God's word on a daily basis. It's something that has really helped me with anxiety that I've struggled with since I was a child, and it's brought my relationship a lot closer to God. And so yeah, that's something that I love doing and that I look forward to every day. It's the highlight of my day. And then there's a couple verses in the Bible that mentioned it. And I had just written down Psalm 119, 5-6, and then Psalm 1:1-3. So, yeah.
That's awesome. I just actually, because of this Corona thing, I've started reading more, and I picked up a book on it's mindfulness, and pretty much talking about meditation. And I've never really done that practice a whole lot. In my upbringing, it just wasn't necessarily a part of the spiritual disciplines that we did, but it's been doing that more. I've loved it, and there are a lot of good resources and books on that aspect for sure that are out there. And also Psalms 119, if you really want a good passage to dwell on, meditate on, that talks about not only the word, but its relationship to us and between us and God. It's so good. Psalms 119, highly recommend. I can't remember how many verses it is. It's long.
It's the longest psalm.
It is the longest. Yeah, it is, but it's so good. So good. So appreciate you sharing that. Nathan.
So I'm really glad that
I thought you were going to say old.
I'm really old. And so how old am I? When I was no, I don't remember a lot of things. I'm in a loop.
I'm in a loop.
No, so 28 years ago, 29 years. It'd be older, right? So it wouldn't be sooner. 29 years ago, I met and started dating the lady that is now my wife. And I think it was super good for me to have such a good, solid Christian person in my life. And to this day, she's still there.
That's good.
She's not dead. She's alive. No, but she's just been such a rock for me, and she's, she grew up on a dairy farm. I think that's important. So find dairy farmers' daughters and marry them because they have a good work ethic, and they are really.
That is the golden nugget of wisdom from tonight.
So go to Farmers Only.
Farmers only. If you don't think that site
God,
exists,
no.
it does.
I'm
listening.
You thought TikTok was a dating app.
Oh, no. Oh,
So,
my goodness.
No, anyway, I'm really glad that I met and married my wife, and it was scary at first, but, just because it's scary to get married and date and all
Yeah.
that stuff. But
Absolutely.
29 years later, 28 of being married is great. It's awesome.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
That's really cool. That's why we talk.
I'm trying to be like you, man.
Yeah, we're all trying to be like Nathan when we're retired.
Old and near death.
Yeah, old and near death.
I mean, I've got about 2 weeks.
Oh my gosh. The
Just
dark-
kidding. I'm
Oh
just
my
kidding.
word. Oh man, I think that's why we talk about relationships so much in youth group. Not because it's relevant, but also it's just important. Like the person that you decide to spend, the most intimate part of your life with, the rest of your life with, and what that would look like, and what that pursuit looks like. We want to talk about the values in that aspect. So I appreciate you mentioning that.
Yeah.
Are there any final thoughts? Because
I kind of just had one about what he just shared.
yeah.
So a big thing for me when I was a teenager, because I became a Christian and got baptized right after I turned 18, and that was when I started being very devout about it. Because before it was I was raised in a very strict church, so I wasn't Christian, and I was also dating a guy who was very, very atheist and very against me trying to seek out God and going to youth group and church, and so it makes the hugest difference the person that you're dating. And I really went through a lot of just horrible stuff because of that decision at first that really just hurt my spirituality. So yeah, I would really just echo being equally yoked and having the same mind and both being Christians, that is so good for a relationship, and it's just a good foundation to start on. And I learned that the hard way, but I learned, so.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys, if you know me at all, I've also learned the hard way as well, and it's something that has a much bigger impact on your life than we would like to pretend it does when we're trying to think about that. So I appreciate you sharing that. That's so super true. Any other final thoughts? Anything that kind of came to mind in this thought process? Anything that you're going to be sad if you don't say?
I'm glad I became friends with Charlie.
Oh,
Aw.
smash if you're glad that Jordan is here.
I'm glad Charlie brought Lexi.
Oh, well, yeah.
I'm
proud
glad
of
I
that.
got to drink some weird stuff.
I am not.
Oh my goodness. I am glad that I have you guys. And I don't have to worry about anything you're going to say on a live stream. Legitimately, I can send these guys a text and say, hey, talk about these 2 questions, and I don't have to vet them that much, and that's, for real. That's a tangent conversation right now, but it's a big deal. Then I don't have to sit here and be like, oh, Katie's gonna say something weird, as she always does. And I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to
censor this.
gracefully come around and combat everything she says because it's always gonna be wrong.
Or more I'll say something and you make it weird. So
yeah, that's true.
No.
I make things weird, but I just don't have to worry about
kidding.
that. I think one of the books I read on break already was about volunteers in youth ministry, and one of the things I came through very clearly is I don't have to worry about you guys, and that's a big deal. That's a big deal. I don't have to, what's the word? Manage or I'm trying to think of what corral.
Babysit.
I don't have to corral or babysit somebody who's going.
Back to cows, really?
We are back to cows.
Farmers only.
Oh my goodness.
Micromanage, maybe?
Yeah, I just don't have to be man, they always say the weirdest stuff. But anyways, I'm on a tangent. I'm just appreciative of what you guys do and who you are. So thank you for being who you are.
And in the wish part, I was going to say I wish I was a little bit taller.
You wish you were a baller?
I wish you were a baller. Oh my goodness.
Great mind.
I wish you'd all wash your hands.
Yes. I wish this was over.
I wish we were
me
6
I wish
inches
I could
apart.
hug you guys
Yeah.
because I miss you. The
yeah,
girls.
but we miss
The
you guys,
girls.
by the way. I hope that is clear, that this is
I don't
not
know you guys.
we're choosing to try to do the best we can in this time period, but it's definitely not a time period of somehow we're thriving in the midst of this. We don't get to see you guys. So many different things are gone right now. We're trying to do the best we can and have a positive attitude because there are good things in this that we can experience, but we miss you guys. We want you back.
I don't have the MBA.
We don't have the NBA, which is
That is a real struggle.
is a struggle for a lot of people. I think, is it Mandalorian season 2 that's got postponed, or is it Witcher 3 or whatever? Something horrible like that happened. So all these terrible
Well, they
things are
postponed The
happening.
Bachelor. So I'm just
They postponed The Bachelor
Oh,
because
really?
it's from Satan, but that's okay.
Dude, The Bachelor rocks. I'm going to go on that show one day.
What, ended it on a cliffhanger?
always.
Oh my goodness.
They always do.
By the way, just reading comments real
I'm
quick.
going on that show one
Emma
day.
says they appreciate all that we do and everyone behind the camera. So
Emma, I
shout out
miss
to you guys.
you.
And then Grace Carey is sending hugs to just Katie.
I love you.
Hurtful.
And Denali.
The Hale
What are we,
say
chopped liver?
yay for Jordan. Grace says dislike for Jordan, but then says just kidding.
Oh.
I don't even know you.
Yeah, I
Grace.
don't even know you.
That was harsh.
Oh, I see. Oh, that makes more sense. I was gonna say.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I don't
Not
like me very
virtually
much either.
Fighting,
Yeah,
you know, like
I don't know. It's like we're gonna find you, but yeah, can't do that these days.
Nope.
So yeah,
Jackson,
all right.
Bonus won't
Jackson
let you.
says that Farmers Only is really cool.
He found your profile on there. Anyways, before we derail into a place where we have to send out emails saying "I apologize for,"
Don't
we're
go
gonna
to Farmers Only.
we're gonna stop while we're ahead. So we played 2 games today. If you missed it, go back and watch the video. We played a game where we had them taste weird substances that have been put through a water filter. We even played a game where they made me gargle water and try to sing to them, which was, I would say, 75% of success. And we talked
Generous.
about generous. And we talked about things that we regret doing and things we are glad we have done. Definitely worth looking over that conversation again. So some really quick ending announcements. We're doing TikTok challenge. Submit a TikTok to us about what you're doing on this break. Anything that has to do with Corona, with you being bored, whatever it may be. We'll give you a prize for the best one we get. Any of you can do that. We're also doing a $100 giveaway. If we have 100 likes or 100 subscribers on any of our, obviously 100 subscribers on our YouTube channel, but if we get 100 likes on any of the videos on our YouTube channel, we will do another $100 giveaway, and we will come up with more details on how we will do that. But that's honestly really easy to do. Share it with 5 friends. 20 of you do it. It's done. So last announcement real quick as well is we talked about the meme review last week. This is the last day that you can submit memes, only 2 per person. And the prize for the meme review is an Oasis hoodie, the first one ever.
What
and
memes?
We are going to, what?
What memes?
Corona memes. Did
There
I
we
say?
go.
Oh, what I
Just said memes.
Just send memes. Any memes. Send me your favorite dead cat memes. You know, there we go. So.
They're all good.
Yeah. Anyways.
I hate cats.
Tammy says we miss you all. We miss you
Wait,
too,
try and
Tammy.
say
We miss you.
Oh
I'm a
goodness.
crazy cat. lady.
So, I have to read it now. No, I sent you dislikes
you
to
do.
something about Charlie. I don't know you, Jordan, but you seem amazing. Oh, there we go.
Grace is like the
Pretty
nicest person.
Oh goodness.
Don't ever
But
play her in
I
Dutch
was
Blitz.
kind of
No,
into the
don't
idea
play her
of
in
just
Dutch
having a
Blitz.
Or
sworn
spicy
enemy.
Uno.
Justin Gill's here as well, so we got to say hi to him.
Hi, Justin Gill.
Hey, Justin. 3 of us know him. That's amazing. All right, guys. That is all we have for today. We gave you 70 minutes worth of our ridiculous content, and next week we will do the exact same. Hopefully, we'll do different games. We'll obviously have a different discussion, but we will be here, and we'd love for you to be here as well. Share this video, even when you're done watching it, because people can still rewatch it. Get those likes going. Tell your friends about it. Get on our YouTube page and subscribe. And it's time for the giveaway. So we're going to do this every week, where we do a really, really random giveaway. What did we give away last week, Katie?
A high school diploma.
We gave away a high school diploma.
Do I win
So,
something?
I hope you liked this video today, because if you did, you are in luck. For every person that liked this video, you will get for free in your account a free subscription to Farmers Only. This is not a scam. Thank you, guys. Everybody say goodbye to them.
Bye, Mom. I love you.
Oh, my goodness. So, yeah, we need to keep talking and chatting because, like us news anchors do.
That was really